What is going on, guys? Correct 1287 here, bringing you my very first weapon review video, and it's not a typical weapon that you might see as being the first for a weapon review. This is going to be the weapon review for the SRAW. Now, this is one of the launchers that you can unlock for the engineer class. And holy crap, it is just awesome. Alright. Why is this thing awesome? Well, for right now it says I have 1 out of 100 shots. Yeah, you don't actually get that many shots in normal play. I'm currently in the test server. This is a great place to try this weapon out and get a feel for it because of these things right here. Now, they're not flying as fast as a normal jet would be flying, but it's a great way to practice kind of on like helicopter type of moving. The way this weapon works is it's kind of complicated. Now, you can dumbfire this weapon like so. And when it does that, it just flies straight. Alright, I'll shoot it and look away. I'll shoot, look away. Notice how it doesn't track. But normally, when you aim down the scope, if you fire, it will track what you're going towards. Alright, so you'll notice, and it'll actually go for just a little over 10 seconds is the flight time for the SRAW's rocket. And then one of the other features of the SRAW is that it will not only go towards what you're aiming, but if you are actually looking directly at something, it will kind of lock on. So we're going to shoot this, and it's going to move around, but if I go past the plane, the jet, the UAV, notice how it comes back, it swings back. It's trying to lock on, eventually... Oh, it missed. There you got to see the actual flight time. But let's fire again. Let's make sure it goes past what it was wanting, and I look at it. Notice how it zooms right back. Alright, you see that, guys? That right there is what makes this thing amazing. Now, there's other anti-air things, the Igloo and the SRAW, but they can both be affected by flares, whether you're having to maintain a lock-on or just a lock and forget. Flares can break that. This can lock onto laser-designated vehicles, both land and air. But why would you do that? Because flares can break that. This right here can't be broken by flares. They can flare out, and then you just have to aim away, wait for the flares to pass, then look back at it, and there you go. It is so satisfying, and this thing does massive amounts of damage, especially to attack boats and Amtraks. It does a meaty amount of damage. So it's got 4 different fire modes. Let's go over that again. You've got the dumb fire, where it just fires and goes exactly where you were just aiming. It's got the wire guided, where it goes in the direction of what you're looking at. It's got the somewhat lock-on mode, where it fires and tracks onto the target if you're looking directly at it. Look how effective that is. And it has the actual one where it locks on to laser designated targets. So this thing is just beautiful. Alright. And if you're wondering what happens if you do the aim down sight where it's tracking stuff, and then you aim away, it just does that. It goes off into its path. Alright. I don't know if how I'm saying that makes sense, but if you fire and are doing this, the second you take away the aim down sight, aim down scope, it just goes exactly on its path. This thing is so good at taking out air simply because of the damage in conjunction with the fact of how it does the lock-on. You guys really need to use this. It's also pretty fun for taking out infantry. Oh, I didn't know they were going to stop. I hit it right there at the end. It's great for taking out campers. Stationary targets are really easy to hit. Moving targets, not so much. The reload time on it is great, guys. I highly encourage this. Synthic does not have the all the stats out for the specific damage, but I can tell you that this does a lot of damage, more so than something like the small and some of the other weapons that I've been using for anti-tank. Check this thing out. It's great. Let's see how many it takes. I think it takes 2 to kill one of these things. Yeah, 2 shots. Same that this thing takes. It does massive amount of damage. It's great if you're trying to take on a ground vehicle. What you can do is, let's say you're approaching him from the front at just a bit of an angle. You can fire, swing it out, and then curve it back in. And that actually, I curved it in just a little too quick. I hit it in the front and kick it. See? That right there, I hit it in the side. Now, typically, if I were to hit it just from here at the side, it's coming in at a slant, so it's going to do a lot less damage. Let's see, look at that. Oh, we got it down to 50. That's 2 shots, got it down to 50 from a front. And that first one hit it at the front at an angle. So that means that second shot where we curved it in did pretty decent amount of damage. But this right here, honestly, is the best aspect of it. The way that it somewhat locks onto things. That makes this the most, in my opinion, most efficient anti-air for infantry. So, guys, check this thing out. Let's just see how much it does. Side shot. I know Synthic doesn't have their data, but that doesn't mean we can't just do this. Side shot on an APC. Look at that. It did a pretty good chunk. Let's look at a direct rear shot. Alright, a little bit more. Rear shot. Let's get spotted. He is definitely hit hard. That looks like it is 50, 51, somewhere in that range. So a second shot would definitely take that out. But let's just do some crazy things. Looking up there, and good to go. Again, not that great at jets because of the speed at which they travel. Even if you do maintain the lock, it's probably going to be trailing behind and not ever make contact. But against helicopters, transport, attack, and scout, this thing is great. Did the little dink noise. This is just a great weapon. Highly encourage this. Check it out, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little quick look / weapon review. Have a good one. Ta. Oh, crap.